In this video, I'll be showing you how we at Algo Elite create 3 months worth of YouTube videos that attracts your ICP and books calls to your calendar in around 2 to 3 hours. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Andrea. I'm a YouTube expert and my agency helps online coaches and consultants get qualified leads through strategic YouTube videos. We work with many clients in different niches and it all comes down to these few things that I'll show you today. We will go step by step and I'll hold your hand through the whole process. So without further ado, let's get into it. So 3 months worth of content in 3 hours. How do we actually do it? And before we even start, I want to say that today we're gonna do research and we're gonna take my client Jack as an example of how do we actually do all of this. Jack McCall, he's my client, he's in the finance niche and he has multiple offers, but his main offer that we make content for is his lower ticket offer, which is his course community called Credit Stacking 2.0. And this course offer is designed to help American entrepreneurs get 0% interest funding from the banks by teaching them the systems and strategies that make them attractive to the banks and so that they can get approved for more capital. And I want to show you that these are the videos that we currently make for him. These are the 3 videos that we've made in the past 3 weeks. So you can see here 5.9k views, 5.2k views, 1.3k views. So now that we got that out of the way, I want to show you that in today's video, I'll cover 4 sections that you need to master. And the first part is going to be ideation, which is arguably the most important part of this video. How do we actually come up with video ideas before scripting and recording anything? And the second part of the video is gonna be actually scripting the videos. How do we do that? And the third part is gonna be filming. How do we actually film it? What equipment do we use? And the fourth part is gonna be posting those videos. So without further ado, we're gonna jump right into it. So because we're gonna do 3 months worth of content, we're gonna look at our 3 months as 12 weeks, which means that we need to come up with 12 video ideas. So that's gonna be 4 per month. So 4 times 3 is gonna be 12. So yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory. And so I would also advise you to take notes because I'm gonna go in depth on this part and you can easily miss something if you don't pay attention. So our step 0 is actually understanding how do we make our channel a system for gathering and getting booked calls and clients. We actually need to look at our channel as a sales funnel. So our funnel is gonna be separated into 3 sections: top, middle and bottom. Let me just grab another color. It's gonna be top, middle and bottom. This is a worst circle that you've ever seen in your life. And each of these parts is really important and each part of the funnel has its place and its purpose. So the top of our funnel is meant for discovery and catching attention. So why is it like this? Because this is the biggest part of the funnel. As you can see there, it's the widest part compared to these two, to this and this. So it's the widest part of our funnel, which means that at the top, we need to get the most amount of attention as possible. So as I wrote here, this part of the funnel is the biggest and is designed to get as many people as possible to our channel. So it's designed to catch the most amount of, imagine these lines as viewers, or views. It's designed to gather the most amount of them and also funnel them and point them towards our middle of the funnel. Obviously the point of the funnel is going to be for viewers to go through the top of the funnel and come out of the bottom of the funnel. So at the top of our funnel is going to be someone that has never seen us before, but at the bottom of our funnel is going to be someone that is working with us, somebody we closed as a client. That's basically the point of our funnel. Because this is the biggest part of our funnel, as you can see, it has to take up most of our content that we're gonna make. Why? Because we need the most amount of eyeballs on us and our offer, and that's why we're gonna have 70% of our content be this It's not exactly 70%, it's around 70. So that's gonna be around seven videos out of our 12 videos. Okay, now the next part is gonna be the middle of the funnel. And the middle of the funnel's purpose is gonna be nurturing and educating our audience. So this part of the funnel is meant to go more in depth on the problem-solving videos. The top of the funnel videos are gonna be more optimized towards catching attention than educating the viewers. But when we catch their attention, we can send them to our middle of the funnel, which are gonna be the videos that are actually the very useful and valuable ones. This is gonna be around 20% of our videos, which would be 3 out of our 12 videos. And the last part of our funnel is going to be the bottom of the funnel. And the bottom of the funnel is the smallest part of the funnel, but it is just meant to convert viewers. So its main priority is converting. It's not educating, it's not catching attention, it's just converting. So this part is meant to convert prospects that are already warmed up and ready to buy from our previous videos. By previous videos, I meant these middle of the funnel videos and also this one too. And this is gonna be around 10% of our videos, and we're gonna circle that to 2 videos out of our 12. So this is just the most basic explanation I gave you about the funnel system. If you actually wanna learn how this funnel actually works and how to take advantage of it, I actually made a video talking about this exactly, going in depth on it. It's in the link in the description if you want to check it out. So now that we got the funnel out of the way, how do we actually come up with these video ideas? So the first thing that we're gonna wanna do is gonna be to break down Jack's offer into separate sections. So these are now topics that we can make videos about. That would look something like this. So personal credit, business credit, credit cards, application sequences for cards at banks, and also point stacking, which is also a part of his community. So you can see, there's the personal credit, the credit card, the business credit, point stacking, etc. So this is what it looks like for Jack, but for example, if you're a fitness coach, that could look something like training, nutrition, mindset, and supplements. So the next thing that we're gonna do is step 2. Now that we have our video topics, we can start making videos. Not exactly, because we can certainly make videos, but just making random videos, maybe a how to get good business credit, good personal credit video, it doesn't mean that it's gonna perform, which is where our research actually comes in. So for Jack, we're gonna do 2 types of research. It's gonna be competitor research, and we're gonna do that by looking at what's already working for our competitors, and we're gonna look at our orbit niches. So now that you're asking yourself what the hell is an orbit niche, an orbit niche is a niche that shares the same audience as you, but it's talking about something slightly different. So think of your main niche, or the niche that you work in, as the sun, and the orbit niche as the planets circling the sun. So for Jack, in the finance and business funding niche, his orbit niches would be something like accounting, sales, and social media marketing. But as you can see, they're not the same niches, but business owners searching for business funding on YouTube is also most likely going to search for something related to accounting, because businesses need accounting. Is going to search also for something like marketing and also sales, because they are also a part of his business. So that's how orbit niches work. So they're not the same niche as you, but you share the audience with them. Now that we know the 2 types of research, how do we actually do the research? We're gonna do the research by looking for only one thing, and that is called outliers. Outliers are videos that performed 3 to 4 times better than the channel's average views. So for example, if your channel average views is something like 1K views, and you get a video that's 5K or 10K views, that would be an outlier. So there are 2 ways that we can find outliers in both types of our research, and so in competitor and orbit niche research, and that is gonna be manually or by using 1 of 10. And so how do we do this research manually? Let's say for Jack, we want to make a video about business credit. So we're gonna go on YouTube and search business credit, and the first things that are gonna come up are the videos that are the best performing videos. So I actually came across this video from this guy called Namwin, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's about business credit, how to get $100,000 plus in business credit at 0% APR, new LLCs. So this video is actually, as you can see, this is, this is the 1 of 10 extension, and it shows how good it's performing, and it's showing the outlier rate. So this video is performing 6.4 times better than his channel average views. So this is actually a really good video, and I watched it a couple of times. So we can definitely take from Nam's example, and we're gonna take his idea, and we're gonna take his title, and we can take his thumbnail, but we're not gonna actually copy the whole video. Shut up. We're not gonna copy his script, we're not gonna copy his video. We're gonna use, because Jack is an expert in his niche, he also knows all of this information, and we're gonna work with Jack, and we're gonna make a script that is gonna be in the same format, but is not copying the Nam's video. This would be a manual research, and we can also do, as I said, use the research using 1 of 10. And 1 of 10 is a really helpful software that has helped me a lot with finding really good videos. It's the thing that you saw, these like counts, how good the video has performed, counts, and that's from this extension. I'm gonna show you today how to use their software online. So it's I'm currently not on the premium version. I'm on the freemium version, which is really cool, really cool name. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna type in business credit. As you can see, we have 3 tabs. It's gonna be thumbnail search, niche explorer, which is the feature that I'm not using very often. And we have our outliers. This is the section that is just looking at videos. So I highly recommend buying the premium version because it's just gonna show you much more stuff. But even in this one, in the freemium version, you're gonna get so much information. Look, this and this video are we see that it's a 3.4x. You can see it compared to this guy's IRV's official channel, Irvin or something. His channel average views were almost 700, and this video did 2.4k views. So that means that this video performed good for him, and that you can call it an outlier. And these ones did not perform as good, but for example, this one too, asking a small business owner how to build business credit. We can also take this style because this one has much more views. His channel average is 16k, but this video did around 40k. So we can do it like this. We can also say business credit cards, and now it's gonna give us the search for the topic that we typed in, and look, this is an 11 times increase. So his channel average was 6k views, and his views on this video is 66k. So how do I get $15,000 in business credit cards without a business? That's a really interesting topic, if I have to say, and is probably worth looking into. Also, this same guy, best business credit cards for business owners in 2025, also did a good 3.3 time increase in views. So that's basically how you can take advantage of 1 of 10 to get outlier videos. Also, 1 of 10 is a really good platform to get video ideas from. As you can see, this is for my channel, and I already put my channel in here, and I can just click this button and it will generate video ideas from my channel's videos, it's gonna analyze them, and it's gonna give me ideas that would be good for my channel to make videos for. You can also generate titles for your videos, which are really important. Don't sleep on them. And also there's an AI thumbnail generator, which I actually used and for myself. And it needs revisions, it needs work, but as you can see, I made this thumbnail right here. Wait, let me open it up. And it did a pretty good job with it. I'm not the happiest at how it turned out, but it's pretty cool since it's AI. So that is gonna be how we do niche research and our competitor research. But how do we actually do the orbit niche research? And so when it comes to orbit niches, we're gonna search for, we're gonna give an example for sales techniques, for example. And when it comes to orbit niches, we're gonna look for the best performing videos and the best performing formats. And we're just gonna copy, if we find something that is performing good, we're gonna copy the title, the thumbnail, and the idea. We're not gonna copy the whole script. Okay, we're gonna look at the video and see how the person talked in the video, etc. But we're not gonna copy the whole video. We're just gonna take that idea and just apply it to Jack's finance niche. For example, we're gonna look for something that is applicable. Let's see, for example, this video. I really like the idea about this video because we can break this. This title is basically our idea of the video, and we're gonna break the title down into sections that we are gonna use and apply to our Jack's niche. So this video's title is 8 steps to become a sales machine. So for example, for Jack, that could look something like 8 steps to become a business credit machine. So maybe it could be 5 steps, maybe it could be 3 steps, for example. But you get what I'm saying. So we just take the format. We can also take the thumbnail because we see that the thumbnail performed really good. And that's basically it. That's how we do it. So now, before going over to the scripting part, I want to give you some evergreen formats that you can steal today and make videos in those formats. And these videos are really the ones that you should be making when you're starting your channel or starting to get serious with your YouTube content, because these videos will just set you up for immediate success. The first one is gonna be the action-based video or the how-to videos. So as you can see, I gave you the example of Jack's video. So this video was how to get $100,000 in business credit using a personal address. I think it was the title. So this video it needs to show how to solve a specific problem step by step. It's good for the top of the funnel that we talked about earlier and for discovery. To generate ideas for these videos, you just need to break down your offer into 8 to 10 distinct steps, like we talked about earlier also, and each step is a video. So the second one is going to be an educational video. So this is a video that we did for Jack. This is called "Do This Before Applying for the Amex Business Platinum Card," and it actually needs to educate the viewers why something is the way it is in your industry. You need to dispel myths, you need to explain dynamics and comment on the industry changes. Jack has a lot of authority to comment on industry changes because that's what he does for a living, and he knows all the nooks and crannies of the business credit cards and what banks to get credit cards at and stuff. So that's a video that we can always make for Jack, and it will always have the same effect. The third video is going to be a case study breakdown. And this video right here for Jack is the one that made him the most money. And why? Because it's a full course video, and he gave almost all of his systems on how to get business funding that he has in his course. He also showed multiple examples of his clients getting results with his processes and his systems. He gave enormous value upfront for free, and the obvious next step for the viewers is going to be to buy, because if Jack gave them all of this information for free, imagine what they could get when they go and buy his course. And that's why this video is a really, really important one if you want to make money. And the last video that is going to be really important in these evergreen formats is going to be your client interview videos, the bottom of the funnel videos, and these are just meant to push people over the edge and for them to buy your product, or for Jack's example, to buy his course. We made a video where he interviewed one of his best clients. His client made a lot of money with the banks. He got a lot of money approved and used it for real estate and stuff. As you can see, they're not having the most amount of views, but the people that watch these videos are the ones that are actually buying. Client interviews. These are irrefutable proof. It's pretty simple to make them. You just get your clients on a Zoom call and ask them a few questions about how the collaboration went, how much X result they got, etc. Okay, so now that we got the first part out of the way, now we can focus on the second part of the video, which is gonna be the scripting of the videos. First of all, just telling ChatGPT to write you a script about X topic is bullshit and is honestly setting you up for a really bad video. And now, don't hear what I'm not saying. Using AI for scripting can be a real time saver, but the thing is, you can give AI the best prompt ever, and the script should not be done yet. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you how to use Claude to write scripts. I think writing scripts with AI is not the best move. It could be a good starting point, but you should not just get the script from the AI and use it as is. That's why today I'm gonna teach you the core principles of scripting first, and I would suggest writing down the first few scripts by hand. So no AI at all. And I know it's gonna be really time consuming, but I need you to figure out what your brand voice sounds like. Because if you just give the AI to write your script, it's gonna write something really generic and it's not gonna be really authentic. That's why I want you to really do your best and spend some more time writing these scripts just to know what your brand voice sounds like and what it should sound like. And I'm not telling you to write every single script ever just by hand. You could do that if you want. Just writing the first few ones to get to know your brand voice, because after writing a few scripts, you can then feed it to the AI and prompt it to make a script in the same way you did. And when you get the result, please adjust accordingly, because your words are gonna sound much more genuine like this, rather than just reading what AI wrote you with one prompt, because AI scripts are full of unnecessary fluff. So what are actually the core principles of scripting? Let's grab this one. Oops, no. So the core principles, we're gonna divide them into three parts. There's the hook, there's the body of the script, and there's the outro or CTA. Our hook is our most important part of the script. It's the first 30 to max 90 seconds of the video, and the hook determines whether someone keeps watching. Our hook should address the audience at their level of awareness. So, are they problem aware? Are they aware that they have a problem, but they don't know that there is a solution? Are they solution aware? Are they aware that there is a solution to their problem, but they just don't know that you provide the solution to the problem? Or are they product aware? Are they aware that you can solve their problem? Is reflect their inner thoughts and feelings. You should make them feel that this is exactly what I was thinking. So they should feel like you know what they're going through. Also, really important, include social proof. You helping X client get a Y result, which just boosts your credibility even more. Also, vividly describe the problem they're facing. Again, to remind them what their problem is. And the next part is going to be really important also when it comes to describing the problem vividly, is to twist the knife. So amplify that problem, amplify the pain that problem is causing. Now the end of your hooks should make a clear promise. By the end of the video, you'll know exactly how to X, Y, and Z. For Jack, that would be something like how to get X amount of dollars in business credit through your business address, for example, through your LLC. And some things to have in mind is if your business is B2B, your hooks should be shorter and more direct, so closer to the 30-second mark and have less drama. Get to the point just as quickly as possible. But if your business is selling B2C, you should have longer, more emotional and more storytelling heavy hooks. So going towards that 1 minute and 1 minute 30-second mark. So listen, the hook must be scripted word for word. Everything else could be looser. You should have in mind what exactly you should say in the hook, but the body could be more just like bullet points for you to remember what you need to talk about. So those are the hook. This is the hook. This is the most important part. And then there's the body of the video. And the body is pretty simple. It depends on the script, what you're talking about, but the basic structure is gonna be, you know, step-by-step for tutorials, reason 1, 2, and 3 for educational videos, why something is the way it is. I'm actually making an algorithm video and I'm listing out the changes in the algorithm. So I'm gonna put like change 1, change 2, change 3. And so for case studies, it could be something like single big story with subpoints. So when it comes to the body, also one really important thing is to include a mid-video CTA, mid-video call to action, at around the 30 to 50% point into the video. Don't wait just until the end to put the CTA, because until the end of the video, most people drop off. Around 80% of the viewers drop off in the at the end of the video. So not as much people are gonna see or hear your CTA. So please get that CTA in early and you'll thank me later. And our third and final part of the scripting is gonna be our outro and our CTA. Your videos should end with a single clear call to action. So no 3 call to actions, no click the link in bio, subscribe and like the video and share the video and click the, I don't know, the bell to get the notifications. No, just one simple one, because if you add like 5, people aren't just gonna do anything because they're overstimulated with what you already told them to do, and it's just complicated for them. If you just tell them one simple one, they're much more likely to do just that one. So if you want more leads on your videos, you should have a CTA that is click the link in the description to book a free strategy call. And if you want more subscribers, you should do a subscribe and watch the next video CTA. And if you're running a lead magnet, you can do click the link in the description for my XYZ. So for my step-by-step framework, for my formula or something, whatever you have as a lead magnet. But please just keep it short, end the video when you're finished with the contents of the video. So now that we got the scripting out of the way, the third thing and the second to last thing that we're gonna talk about today is gonna be filming. And you can record in 2 ways. You can record every week, so that's every week for the next 12 weeks, so that's 1 video per week, or you can record in batches. You can if you have time, you can record 4 videos in 1 day in a couple of hours, and I do recommend doing it like this because in 1 day you're set for the whole next month, and that's really a time saver, not having to set up recording every single week, you know. So you can choose whatever you like. As I said, I recommend you to do this, but how do we actually record this, and how do we, what equipment do we use for the recording? Believe me when I say this, that this is the part that most people waste the most time on. The questions are always, what equipment do I use? What camera should I buy? What microphone, light, studio even? And when it comes to equipment, please do not complicate it. You don't need the best equipment, you don't need the best camera, I don't know what the hell this even is, you know, this is like a TV camera, but you don't need to have the best equipment in the world to just start making videos. The only thing you need is to master the basics of recording, and you can make really good quality videos with just your phone. So you don't need crazy expensive microphones, crazy expensive studios even, and like 5 lights that this guy is using. This guy is crazy. And I want to give you the list for, oh, this is the same color, okay? And I want to give you the affordable list of equipment to use that also I personally use. So it's not just me chatting shit, it's actually me using this equipment, and I'll show you right after I tell you that I use them. So when it comes to cameras, if you don't have a camera, I will take a wild guess and say that you have this in your pocket or in your hand right now while you're watching this. And this is like the newest iPhone, yes, but even me, I have the iPhone 15 Plus, and this is like a 2-year-old phone, maybe even more, and it does a pretty good job. This is the phone that I actually started making content on, even long form, not just like short form, like this, recording like this, but rather also like landscape mode videos. Did it with my phone also, until I bought my camera. But if you just want to start, if you're just starting, just use your phone. Your phone has a really good camera nowadays. This phone has what, like 3 times better camera than the phone I have. So please, you don't need to spend money on a camera right now. But maybe you want to buy a camera, maybe you don't have a good phone camera and you have the budget to buy a camera. I would highly suggest you to buy this one right here. This is the one that I'm currently using right now. This is the, I'm gonna write it down for you. This is the Sony ZV-E10 Mark II. So this camera will be your best friend and really the best for a budget camera. Why? Because this camera is the most versatile camera that you can buy, in my opinion. I'm not the best expert in cameras, to be honest, but this one right here does the job for everything you need. You need a vlog, you can record with it. It has really good stabilization when you walk and you carry it. It has good stabilization, very good autofocus on the camera, and also for talking head stuff too, for studio videos, talking head like you're mostly gonna make. This is like the best bang for your buck. You can find it new for around $1,000, maybe less, maybe a bit more, depends on if you just buy the body of the camera or if you buy the body and this kit lens. It sometimes doesn't come with the kit lens, so please just make sure you know what you're getting. It's small, it's lightweight, you can carry it around literally in your pocket, and also you can upgrade lenses on it too, which I did upgrade the lens on mine, but you don't need to do it right now. If you get the urge to do it later, go ahead. But this one should be your best friend when it comes to making videos if you want to buy the camera. So we got the camera out of the way, and when it comes to a tripod, because you can have the camera, yes, you can set it on a table, but it's not really convenient. It depends on how you want to angle it. It depends if you want to put it at eye level, like I just did when I'm recording right now. You can do that pretty easily with a good tripod. And I got this small tripod. This is the brand, it's called Koman. I don't know if I spelled that right. And it has flexible legs. So these legs are not just like retractable and expandable, but you can actually, this is a rubber material. You can actually like bend this leg like this literally, and it can go like this and then like this, or this. You can just bend it however you want, and this one is actually very versatile, because I'm gonna show you right here. I have it right here. As I said, you can bend the legs like this. Maybe you see it better like this. And it's very versatile. You can get it even if you record on a phone or a camera. I use it mostly on my camera because I record mostly with my camera. And you have this tip right here, which is where you actually screw your camera on top. And if you want to use it for your phone, you just do it like this. And now you can fit your phone into this compartment right here, which is really convenient if you don't want to buy a camera right now, you just want to use your phone, and you can like just record. I'm gonna put my phone in it. Let me show you. And you can just, it's a bit crooked now, but you can adjust it. But you can just, hold it like this and it stays in place. It's pretty sturdy, pretty durable. I've carried it around to I've traveled with it a lot because it's the smallest tripod that I have. I have a big tripod for my camera right now, but this thing is very versatile and can do a lot, so I would highly recommend buying it. It's called Common MT40. I'm gonna write that down for you. It's called Common MT40, which would be microphones. You can get around with just using maybe your phone or your camera mic, but having separate mics will just make your life easier, you know, to get crisp and good audio. But here we have two different microphones that I wanted to show you. This is the Boya one, and this is the DJI ones that I am using right now that are on my shirt. These Boya ones, let me switch the color. These Boya ones I used when I used to record on my phone. Why? Because they have this jack that goes in your phone. This is USB-C, and I'll show you right now. I have them also. They come in this little patch. You just open it up, and here's the microphone itself. It's a bit bigger than this one that I have. You can also remove this one, and here it is. You just turn it on. You plug this into this is the thing that you plug into your phone. This is the thing that you plug into your phone, and that gives the signal to this mic, and it works very good also. But for the sake of better quality of audio, I decided to switch to the more expensive version, which is this one right here. This is the DJI, I'm gonna write it down too. This is the DJI Mic Mini, and it comes with two microphones. This I don't know, adapter, whatever this is called, I don't know, and also a charging case, which is really convenient. It's small, it's easy to carry, it's also good, very good quality that you can see that you can hear in my videos. And yeah, these are around 200 bucks. These are around less than 100 bucks. So whatever feels best for you right now, you can buy. The next thing that we're gonna talk about is lighting. And when it comes to lighting, if you're just starting out with maybe a smaller budget, you see this right here. This is called sunlight. And believe me when I say this, sunlight is the best thing that you can use for recording videos. Because it is the brightest, it looks the best on your skin, and it's free also. But if you don't want to use the sun that often, like I don't in my videos here in the room, you can buy a soft ring light that is gonna give you good lighting on your face. It just check before you buy it, or go somewhere to see what the quality of the light actually is, what the brightness is, and because it needs to be bright. It needs to be pretty bright. I have had one in the past and it just wasn't that bright at all. So if you're at the start and you have a small budget, I would suggest getting a ring light, because it does the job. But if you do have a bit bigger budget, I would suggest to get a softbox light. And this one right here, I don't know what's the brand of it, but any softbox light is gonna give you that professional look like I do have right here. It just gives you soft light, soft shadows, looks professional, and you have a clear view of your face, clear view of everything you need to see in your room. So it does the job pretty good. And when it comes to your studio or room, also don't complicate it with this. You don't need an expensive studio, you don't need to build a studio, you don't need to rent a studio. You could, but I mean, if you ask me, there's no need for that. In my opinion, you can just use your living room or whatever room looks the cleanest, looks the best in your house, to use it as a cool background. You see, my room is nothing special, nothing crazy. It's not really distracting, which is really good also. So basically, also don't complicate it with this one. Okay, now that we finished the third part of this video, and also let me scratch this one too, we are now in the final one, which is posting. Oh, okay, this is the different color, so we need this color now. And when it comes to posting, you only need to know a couple of things. So you're gonna post once per week, as we discussed earlier, and I mentioned earlier that we're gonna make 4 videos per month, so 4 videos for 4 weeks. And this is really the most realistic schedule to keep so you don't burn out. So we won't do 12 videos in 1 month or 7 videos per week or whatever. We're just gonna do one because the algorithm will reward our consistency much more than our output, and then we can post 7 times per week, but next week it's gonna be much harder to do and you're gonna burn out and you're not gonna wanna do it and you're gonna hate your life and you're gonna disappear, and the algorithm just sees that as your videos and your channel as not as valuable. And the second thing that we're gonna talk about is gonna be posting times and days. And posting times and days for someone who is just starting on YouTube is not the most relevant thing in the world, because you don't have enough data to know when your viewers are most active. But the rule of thumb that we use for Jack's videos, and that basically works for everyone in every niche, no matter what topics you cover and what niche you're in, is gonna be Thursdays and Fridays from 3 to 6 p.m. because Thursdays and Fridays are gonna be where most people are getting the more screen time in and have less work to do in that part of the week. So as soon as people get off of work, they will see your videos in a couple of hours. So that's the best to do if you're just starting. And when you have more data after posting for some time, you should post at the most active times and days of your viewers, which will look something like this in your YouTube Studio app when your viewers are on YouTube. Your time zones, which is not that relevant, last 28 days. And you'll see by the intensity of the purple color is when are the times and days that you should be posting most. This is a random screenshot, but you can see that here on Mondays, you can see 4 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4. And most of the days you can also see on Saturday 4 really intense lines. You see 3 here, you see 3 here also, and there's 2 here. So basically you wanna, where you see this intensity in color and in days also, you should post at those times. So you can see basically 6 p.m. would be like the best times for posting every video. So that is pretty much all of it. How to make 3 months of content in 3 hours. So we went over the ideation process here. We went through the ideation process in depth. Okay, let me clear it up. We went through the scripting process too, how to script those videos, how to come up with ideas for videos, how to script those videos, how to actually film those videos, a system to film them in order, and what equipment to use to film them. And we also went over the 4th part, which is the posting times of the videos, the posting times and days, and the frequency of posting the videos. So this is the whole process of how to make 3 months worth of content in around 2 to 3 hours. And this is how we make content for Jack McCall at Algo Elite. So again, we went over the ideation process, which is the most important process here. We went over the scripting, we went over the filming, how to film and what equipment to use, and we went over posting times and days and how frequent should you post. So if you're looking at this process now and thinking to yourself that this is too complicated for you to do in 2 to 3 hours, maybe it would take longer, maybe you're not as skilled, maybe you don't have the knowledge to find the right videos, to script the videos. As I said in the intro, over here at Algo Elite, we help coaches just like you generate inbound leads from YouTube videos. And if you're interested in working with us, you can click the link down in the description to book a free strategy call with me. And you can also click right here to watch my interview with Jack McCall in Marbella, where he shares his honest opinions on how our collaboration went.